Bethany Walsh from BougieMiles.com. If you're just getting started with Bougie, I'm all about helping you travel as luxuriously as possible while spending as little cash as possible. Before we get started, it would be amazing if you guys could give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps. The American Express Airline Incidental credit is available on 3 different types of cards: platinum cards, gold cards, and the Hilton Aspire. On the Amex Platinum cards, both business and personal, there is a fee credit available of $200. On the personal gold card, it's $100. And on the American Express Hilton Aspire, it's $250. For those of us who travel often, the airline incidental credit is a great benefit. It definitely helps to reduce the annual fee. Unfortunately, Amex does not make it that easy for us to use. First, it has to be an incidental fee. It can't just be like airfare tickets or upgrade costs, even though upgrades do sometimes work. Anybody who travels regularly enough already gets free bags and probably already has like lounge access, so they don't really need snacks on board. The Platinum card itself offers lounge access to thousands of lounges around the world. Here's the list of examples that Amex gives for what qualifies for the credit. The flexibility and thereby the value of this benefit has definitely decreased over the years. When I got my first Platinum card, it was pretty much any gift card on any airline would trigger the credit. Now, gift cards are mostly done away with. Okay, so first things first, we want to make sure that what you're doing to trigger the credit is not going to get refunded, because that seems to be what precipitated Amex clawing back all of these credits from last year. Second, we're going to put a little bit more thought into it than we have in the past. What I mean by that is I want you to think proactively about how you're going to maximize this and what the best airline for you to do that is, not necessarily which airline you fly the most. And if you really think about it, that makes perfect sense, because the airline that you fly the most is the one you're most likely to have benefits with, right? So you probably already have free checked bags. I know when I was executive platinum for all those years, I had free snacks. Like, there was no reason I would ever need to charge any kind of incidental fee to the card. But necessity is the mother of invention, and I figured out a few ways to still use American Airlines, but get maximum value from my cards. My other favorite airline to do it with is Jetblue, and I'll explain why in a minute. Okay, so let's start with American Airlines. First of all, I like to use my credits on 2 things with AA. Number 1, mileage multiplier. Basically, when you're checking out, it doesn't have to be a cash fare. It can be an award ticket as well. You have the option to do what's called mileage multiplier. For a certain amount of money, they will sell you X amount of miles. It usually turns out to be about 3 cents per mile, slightly less or slightly more. It's a pretty fixed rate. And basically what you do is, if you're paying points, you just add it and then pay with your Amex card. And if you're paying cash, I just check out as usual, buy the tickets, and then a couple days later I log in, and it usually gives you the option, like if you try to change seats or do anything that has to do with modifying your ticket, it will give you the mileage multiplier option. This has been a really good way for me to get a ton of miles, and basically they've all been free. When I say a ton of miles, it actually is because I have the Aspire, the Business Platinum, the Personal Platinum, and the Gold Card. So yes, I have had to maximize a ton of airline incidental fee credits over the years. A second really nice way to do it with AA is if you or anyone you know has status, is to buy 500-mile upgrades. They're available for $40 per upgrade, and they have without fail credited. Again, though, you can only use them on flights where you're flying with an elite member or if you have elite status, so that might not be that useful for everyone. But I know everybody can use American Airlines miles. I don't fly JetBlue as much because they don't have Mint on every flight, but I will say that I think that they are the easiest airline to utilize the credit for. JetBlue does not even allow you to purchase even more seats as part of a fare. So basically what you're doing is you're adding on premium economy, because that's the only way that JetBlue will allow you to add the premium economy seat to any, I think it's called a blue fare, right? That's economy. And then they actually don't even let you use points for that. So you have to pay cash for the upgrade to premium economy, which they call even more seating. Depending on how far the route is or how long your flight is, even more ranges from, I think I've seen it as low as $39 up to $129. I have consistently, without fail, seen this be reimbursed every single year. Another creative way to maximize your fee credit is to book a fare with a Delta gift card and pay the difference with your Amex card. If you keep it under $100, you should get reimbursed. And it's not going to be refunded, so Amex really shouldn't have an issue letting you keep that. The last way that I found to trigger the fee credit that works for me is to book an economy or premium economy flight with my preferred airline, which is always either American, Delta, or JetBlue. And then wait a few days, log back in, and check the upgrade offer. I've found that if the upgrade offer is less than $200, which it often is on domestic flights, that gets reimbursed. If you guys have found other amazing ways to do this, please let me know. I know sometimes cheap airfare works, like if it's under $100, it looks like a fee. But I also know that can be risky. I would love to hear what everyone else has done and whether this change going forward is going to affect whether or not you keep the cards. I wish I could tell you that there was some great workaround, but honestly, I think we already found them, and I think that's why people's fees are getting invalidated, right? This has not been a great year for travel credits. We saw the Crystal National Bank Infinite Visa, did I say that right? Get reduced by up to 75%. The Chase Sapphire Reserve still has an easy credit to use, but they up the fee. And then Cities is super easy, but who wants to deal with Citi? Not me. So my advice to everybody who really doesn't think they can use it or is not getting value out of it, especially for somebody who would never upgrade to an even more seat on JetBlue, if you're never going to do that, you can't really count that as value. Or if you're never going to upgrade, the Delta or the AA ones really don't work for you. So my advice to those people would be try to find an alternative. I do, however, think that with this tightening, they're going to lose customers. And I feel like everything is cyclical, right? So if they're losing a ton of customers right now because business is good and they're able to tighten things, they're going to have to loosen those standards a little bit in 2 years when their earnings go down. Or when competition stiffens, you never know. So it could be either or. But I think you'll be okay if you have to cancel. And then maybe you'll get an upgrade offer or retention offer, or who knows. We've been seeing people get $50K upgrade offers, or was it $40K upgrade offers on the Amex Gold card. I called for my Platinum card, both of them. I have a business Platinum and a personal Platinum. I called for both of them in, I think it was January and February. One of them I got nothing. And the second one I got $10K. So good luck to the people who are actually getting those. I know I'm not. Either way, let me know what you're planning on doing and if you have found any creative ways. I'm also going to post a link to the Flyer Talk threads for anybody who doesn't already follow them. Basically, it gives you a ton of data points on what works and what doesn't for each airline.